Hello guys, you're on vrm24.com and today we are going to disassemble Xiaomi POCO X4 GT. First of all, we need to remove the card tray. To do this, we use a special tool. We insert it into the hole and carefully push out the card tray. If the tray doesn't come out well, we can additionally use tweezers. Then we need to heat the surface of the back cover to a temperature of approximately 70 degrees Celsius or 160 degrees Fahrenheit. For this we use a heating mat. You can use a hair dryer. And after 5 to 7 minutes we can move on to detaching the back cover. To do this, we use a thin plastic film. We insert it into the gap between the back cover and the middle cover and carefully run along the edge, cutting off the adhesive backing. We carefully go along the edge, cutting off the adhesive backing, and detach the cover. As we can see, the back cover is separate from the camera cover. So we remove the cover. After that, we need to unscrew the 3 screws that fix the camera cover. For this, we use a Phillips screwdriver of 1.5 mm or Phillips #30. Okay, we carefully unscrew the screws, place them on a special surface in an easy to remember order so as not to confuse anything when reassembling. After that, we need to use a non-metallic tool to detach the cover. Carefully pry up the edge, lift and detach the camera cover. Now we can screw the screws in the upper and lower parts. For this we also use a 1.5 mm Phillips screwdriver or Phillips #30. If you see that screws are different, they can be taken pictures or place it on a special surface where you can assign each of the screws from where and in what sequence it was unscrewed. So we unscrewed all the screws and after that we need to detach the middle cover. To do this we use a thin tool, disconnect a few clips in the area of the card tray and then we can use a thicker tool. We go along the edge, unclip the clips and thus detaching the middle cover. As always, we need to be careful around the buttons because they are physically located there. And we can carefully lift and turn the middle cover over. Please note, we need to be really careful not to damage the fingerprint sensor cable. Then we disconnect the battery connectors. Disconnect the fingerprint sensor connector with a non-metallic tool and remove the middle cover to the side. So after we have disconnected the connectors, we need to detach the speaker at the bottom. Gently pry up the edge, lift and remove the loudspeaker. After that, we need to disconnect the interboard cable connector, we need to disconnect the 2 coaxial cables and release the cables from the clips, fixing them on a subboard, and we can detach the subboard. We find the right place where we can hook and remove the subboard. On the subboard we have the charging port, microphone and card connector on the back side. Now traditional quick test of the microphone hole. Please note that our microphone hole is located next to the card tray hole. The microphone hole is L-shaped. The microphone body itself is located on the subboard on the back side of the microphone hole. Accordingly, if we insert something into the microphone hole, we can't damage the microphone in this way, but water can. And in the display frame we still have the vibration motor. Then we move on to disconnecting the connectors on the motherboard. We disconnect the 2 connectors of the 2 coaxial cables, disconnect the connector to the display, disconnect the connector of the interboard cable. Let's detach the cameras, or rather try to detach them. We see that it is not so easy to remove the first camera. We try to disconnect the second rear camera. It it won't disconnect either. So we will probably remove the motherboard and detach these rear cameras later. But we can try to detach the large rear camera. The large rear camera is detachable. We can carefully remove it. Please note that the large rear camera is glued to the display frame. We can also remove the front camera. Now we can detach the motherboard. Pry it up in the right place, lift, take the motherboard out. So now we can try to detach the rear cameras. We gently pry up the base, lift and remove the rear camera. Do the same for the second rear camera. And now we can carefully put the cameras and motherboard aside. Finally, we need to detach the battery. So you can see the battery has already been removed by someone before us. There should be 3 brown tabs located there. The tabs that are located on the edges we need to pull carefully upwards, thereby detaching the battery. Under the battery we have transparent protective coating which protects the interboard cables. So this is the end of our disassembly. Thank you for watching and see you next time or in the new video.
Okay guys, now we're done. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, read our articles on our website. Take care of yourself and until next video.